Hello, everybody. BuddyWeb Midland, Texas. This is my TikTok account, the BuddyWeb827 account. I recently did a video on that missing girl. They found her, by the way, which is good, but there's still other missing girls here, so there's still plenty of reason to expose the underground homes. I got this comment today from Lisa. And that's what this video is about. It says, oh, I know you've been asked this over and over again. Why don't you move? And it's a fair question. I mean, I understand the question. And basically what I'm explaining to her, I'm saying moving doesn't solve the problem. But as you can imagine, it's exactly what these violent criminals who broke into my home and shot me want me to do. I mean, they left me crippled without a job, and my name smeared. It wouldn't help clear my name. It wouldn't help me see justice. And it wouldn't even make me safer since homes don't kill people. It's people that do that. And they can follow you anywhere you can go. You see why that don't work? Besides, there's $1 million underground home in the backyard. And that's mine. It's my property. And, I know it's there now. It was different when I didn't know it was there. I did make a video once saying that I would sell my home due to the crimes, and the price is $1 billion. I own the home. I set the price of what I want, right? And so if they want me to move out so bad, then just buy it, And I think that's probably a pretty good price if you're Home Depot and you stuck a tunnel into somebody's house and there's been 4 murders and 1 crippled guy there, or your oil companies and you're having oil show parties down there. That might be just a bargain deal, Here, let me show you some things here. Layla Gail O'Brien here on Facebook. She's the one that told me that she worked on this project. It was $7.35 million right there. That's where Layla Gail O'Brien said it was $7.35 million on permit. Cost of the project was called the Safe House Project. It was put in for the Bushes, completed in 1987. And one of them underground homes is in my backyard. I found it on Google Maps, okay? Right here. You can see it on the map screen where it was right here. I told the city about this and it got deleted, but it's right there in my backyard is one of the 4 underground homes of this $7.35 million project. And Tisha Brumley told me that the oil show parties were going on the underground homes. And so I figured there's some major oil companies, I don't know which ones, whether it's ExxonMobil, Conoco, Phillips, Halliburton, Pioneer, Concho, whatever, but I got a feeling some major oil companies have been involved in trying to cover up the crimes and murders at my home, including what happened to me, Here's one of my old Facebook posts here. And what I was showing here, you can see where they cut the ditch out of the back of Home Depot. And this was the people going to the oil show party back here in the backyard, going right directly to my house, and all these people documented. And I posted right here on Facebook, I said, just $1 billion, but you must hurry. Criminals all over are wanting it. Ain't that the truth, And here's an old, this is what I call the move post. This is old. I mean, because I've been, over and over and over, and people have asked, ordered, or demanded me to sell my home, Let me show you some of them, And some of them, like I said, that, it's not for bad reasons, and some of them is, where, Jacqueline Conrad said, I moved. Thomas Richards orders me to move, question marks. Joe Evans, sell your house for $500,000, it's more like $1 billion. Put your house on the market and move out. That's pretty scuzzy. I'd move. You see? Why don't you move? Over and over and over. I would have moved. Why stay in Midland? Sound like you're not safe, like they can't follow me, right? Allison Neighbors, why don't you move, And here's Betty Thomas, sell and move the F out, you moron. What do you want to bet she was at them underground parties? I'm willing to bet she was trying, being rude to me. I'm a crippled crime victim reporting crimes to the Midland Police, Why don't you move? If I were you, I'd move. Have you ever considered moving? I would move. Get out ASAP, How are you still living in that house, And then the death threats, here, you'll be silenced, not if, but when. When are you going to murder me, Lance? Randy Wallace. I best start worrying about it or they're going to get the snitch, I'm a snitch because I report people breaking in my home, Oh, he's going to wind up being in a hole, I had death threat that I saw this week, And here, this is, I posted many times. It's called the Hobbs Act. A lot of people don't understand what the Hobbs Act is, but it's basically saying it's robbery, extortion, or contempts, or attempts, or conspires, so they're working together, shall be fined or imprisoned more than 20 years. The statute is frequently used in connection with cases involving public corruption, okay? And extortion means the obtaining of property from another with his consent, induced by wrongful use or actual or threatened force, violence, or fear, okay? Remember, here's what it's saying: you need to move or you're going to be murdered. I'd move. And that's how this works right here. There's $1 million underground home in the backyard where they're having oil show parties, okay? And it's my property. And they tried to murder me. They failed to murder me. And so they get together as a gang, and some of them break into my house, and then the police look the other way and play stupid. Oh, we're dumb. Oh, we're so dumb. We got 50 other homeowners reporting people in the attic. We can't figure out somebody's breaking buddy's home, even though there's an underground home in the backyard where they're all having oil show parties, and somebody tried to murder me here. So the police are looking the other way, allowing people to break in my home and threaten my life, and then people going, I'd move if I was you, sell and move the F out. That's the Hobbs Act. That's why it's public corruption. They're working together to obtain my property. They want my property so they can cover up the crimes and murders here. And it's not just people. This came from Homeland Security right here. I got this on the day that I showed Homeland Security where this human trafficking murder tunnel is going from the Home Depot store to my house. And Paul Cervantes was the name, DHS agent Paul Cervantes. I reported him to the U.S. Inspector General, who I later found out lived in Midland, and that did nothing. But either way, here he says, buddy, let's get something clear. I was not trying to talk you into selling your home. Whatever. I simply asked you why you wouldn't consider selling your home if you continue to feel threatened there, And I've explained that before, you have a bank robbery, person gets shot, and somebody, goes to law enforcement and says they're breaking into my bank, and the law enforcement says, I don't know why you don't consider selling your bank if you get people breaking into it. I didn't go to the law enforcement to have you tell me to sell my home. That's a violation of the Hobbs Act, and that's why I reported him. And of course, like I said, come to find out that, come to find out the U.S. Inspector General lived in Midland over in Saddle Club, Okay, here, I'll show you. I showed them, I was back there with Homeland Security in 2019, showing them right where this human trafficking murder tunnel is located, right? 2 weeks later, they poured concrete. I kid you not, covering up a premeditated murder attempt. And then here's another reason I shouldn't limp off and in fear and go get in the food line. It's because I'm left crippled for life, These killers that broke into my home, cut my phone lines, and shot me. Now they want me to move, and they're working together. Violation of the Hobbs Act. Buddy Webb.